In Sanditon, almost everything is heading in the right direction. Tom is delighted that London society is getting ready to attend the Midsummer Ball, which is coming up. Due to Stringer's work on the town's grand terrace, an apprenticeship with an architect in London has been offered to him. Esther no longer has a relationship with her brother Edward and now lives with Lady Denham, who may not be her ideal companion, but she stands to inherit Denham's wealth. Moreover, she clearly enjoys Lord Babington's company even as she coyly disparages him during a pleasurable carriage ride. Woman Denham encourages Esther to wed Babington. Esther responds that she is not deserving of his love and will never be able to love him as much as he does. Denham responds that it is preferable to be loved rather than loved, recounting her own youthful love affair with a man who left her for a richer woman. Lady Denham is aware of Esther's pain that Edward has caused her. In spite of all of this happiness, there is only one dissonant note. Georgiana tells Charlotte that she shouldn't trust Sidney because she sees that Charlotte is falling in love with him. However, Sidney's admission that he is at his best when he is with Charlotte makes Charlotte's thoughts run wild. She and Sidney take a stroll along the cliffs and avoid the topic by engaging in awkward small talk. But eventually, he admits that he wanted to spend some time with her alone and keeps thinking about their conversation, and they kiss. Mary informs Charlotte prior to the Midsummer Ball that Tom, Sidney's brother, proposed to her at a ball. Charlotte and Sidney are constantly pulled in opposite directions as the ball starts. Georgiana asks Sidney how he will ruin Charlotte's happiness as he did hers, Stringer asks Charlotte to dance, and Tom introduces Sidney to important guests. When Stringer tells Charlotte about his apprenticeship, she takes it much better than his father did. When Stringer told his father just before the ball, his father was upset with him because he had left Sanditon, and Stringer yelled at him and left him working alone on Sanditon's terrace in the waning light. Charlotte, on the other hand, takes the news much more positively. Charlotte looks across the room at Sidney and tells Stringer that they will miss him in Sanditon. She might have reason to stay there, she says. Arthur, on the other hand, is having so much fun dancing with Georgiana that he has to stop and take a breather. As usual, his sister Diana is concerned about his health and suggests that they leave the ball's excitement for home. She admits as they leave that she is concerned that Diana will be left alone because he has fallen in love with Georgiana. Arthur chuckles and declares that he and the Harris are just friends. He does not intend to fall in love. The siblings, arm in arm, suddenly notice a dark glow in the windows of the new terrace in the town. While working late into the night, Stringer's father had some kind of attack, knocking over a candle and starting the fire. Sidney and Charlotte finally have a chance to talk on the same balcony where they had their first unfavorable conversation back at the ball. Sidney informs Charlotte, "I have never wanted to care for anyone but myself." A commotion breaks out as he begins to inquire of her. Edward has shown up, claiming that Esther loves him and that he was foolish for tying Clara to her. Edward is dragged away by Babington and Sidney while Esther weeps and everyone stares at him. Esther is able to have a conversation with Babington prior to Diana's arrival at the ball to seek assistance with the fire. Despite the fact that she loved her stepbrother, she worries that Babington is now disgusted by her. He is dating. Esther responds, "I don't love you back as much as I used to." He claims not to be bothered. He does not want to control or lead her. He just wants to be with her and live life. "Great," she says, and they kiss. Before the fire alarm goes off, Sidney and Charlotte are unable to meet up again. In battling it, Arthur, Sidney, and Charlotte all demonstrate their worth. Stringer runs home to look for his dad. He is not present. He has died in the burst. He admits to feeling guilty when Charlotte comes to visit Stringer the following day. He regrets that they split up over a disagreement and should not have allowed his father to continue working